me again, do.
That's your coughing tongue.
If I call nigga,
you don't
repeat it. See, repeat it.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, boss, say shame on you.
No, stop it.
Boss, say shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
I shame on you.
Down here now.
You shame.
Go now, give me the mic.
Beat me, guys.
Oh, go behind me.
Never beat me. Come with me. Come me. What to beat me? My time. What do I do? Beat me, my seat. You want beat me? You want beat me? Beat me, my seat. Even the listen to you. Nigga, I fucking blow you. I blow you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That video has gone viral. Got that video courtesy Linda KG has gone really viral. It's quite shameful. It's quite very unacceptable to a lot of fans of Psquare, I must say.
Yes, you know, like what they say, that popular novel, Things Fall Apart, they say that when things fall apart, everyone is no longer at ease. And that is the situation right now. Okay. Exactly, for the Okoye brothers.
Right. So famous sad. Nigerian music duo Psquare have come a long way since their music and drama club days at the St. Morumba Secondary School in Jos, central Nigeria.
The group has won many awards and maintained various top spots on music Billboard charts, establishing them as the boys now as acts to be reckoned with in the music industry, not just in Nigeria, but also in Africa. But after years of doing good music together, their relationship now suffers severe strains, with the different media reports of a split.
Now, this is not the first time news of a possible separation filtered into the airwaves. In 2015, a conflict between the twin brothers and their manager, Jude Okoye, who is also their elder brother, lasted into year 2016. But latest development on the group indicate that the split this time might be the real deal, as Peter Okoye, now known as Mr. P, has written the group's lawyer, Festus Keyamo, to terminate the contract between himself and his twin brother, Paul, now known as Rude Boy.
The social media was taken by storm a few days ago when that video came out, and some were even crying. Some fans went as far as crying and pleading for the brothers to come back. And to talk to us about this at this time is an entertainment journalist, Dale Kingsley. Good morning to you, Kingsley.
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you join us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, the latest development on the breakup of the Okoye brothers, Psquare. How is the entertainment industry taking it, this stuff?
Naturally, it's a sad one, but we must understand that it's not completely unusual for these things to happen. Probably because they're famous, they're stars, and in the limelight, these knocks would come. But it's a natural fight between brothers. But you want to bring in the mentor thing, you want to bring in the role modeling and every other thing, then that video becomes a sour taste in the tongue. So, but generally looking, it's sad, and in the industry, it's. I think there's this notion. People feel entertainment editors, they like this kind of news. I think as an entertainment editor myself, there are sometimes we also get emotional about these things. We do not want all our artists breaking up. But if I must say, I think Psquare, it's about time they go their separate way.
Wow.
They've lasted enough. Yeah.
But they are brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers. Femi Kuti, Sheon Kuti, they are brothers.
Were they together as a group for a long period? Forever?
That's what I'm saying. The Jacksons were together at some point. Jackson 5. They didn't last this long. The Jackson 5 didn't last this long. So I think,
let's look at the reasons. Some of the reasons for this squabble they have, and this has become so irreconcilable as the case may be. Are those reasons really cogent enough that they cannot sit down to really thrash out? When it comes to the issue of, because Peter, from what we read, Peter said that Paul was not cooperating with him.
Yeah, I think if you want to look at the issue, this should be, it's safe to say this is part 3 of the saga. First, it was a different issue. The second one, different issue, different cause.
So there was a build-up.
There was a build-up. So you discover it's egos at play. You have ego at play. You have relationships at play. You have grown men with their differences. And they would have different schedules
interests.
now, different interests, because they are grown men married. No longer the hip-hop youngsters we used to know. Maybe because they still wear the jeans and the bling-blings. Maybe that's why we still think this is the same boys. They are grown men now.
And talking about boys now being men, many have laid the blame really on the doorstep of Peter's wife, especially Lola. They've said that since he married her, the brothers had been growing apart almost on a daily basis. But some are saying that it's even the elder brother that should be held responsible, that the boys were close together. Of course, they are twins. But since he became their manager, because he likes one, Paul, than Peter, and because of his own vested interests. What have you seen covering this story as a journalist?
Yeah, Jude does not like one above the other. The situation is just simple. One respects him, one understands with him compared to the other. So naturally, and we should not forget how this thing started. We should not forget who created the Psquare. I think that's why people say you may not want to mix business with family and business. They don't go hand in hand. But talking about the wives, Anita Omolara, when I interviewed the sister, the younger sister to Psquare, Lillian Okoye, she said then, that's the saga part 2, that both of them, that they had to pray. They prayed and fasted together with the wives. And we've had Festus Keyamo also said the wives have nothing to do with this. But we know there's no way the wives will not have a little impact on these things. But it's not the main issue. The issues here are this ego. The issues here are the differences. One wants to go up, one wants to go left, and these are the issues. And
in this case, do we hold Jude responsible? Because on one hand, naturally, when you are an elder brother, it behoves on you. You have this foresight of leading the family. Number 2, you are the manager of these people. When it comes to business interests, you are the one who thinks farther than the artists themselves. So would we say that he didn't manage this situation very well? Being an elder brother on one hand, being a manager on the other hand?
Yeah, you want to say so, but another thing is the culture. You know, they are Igbos. The way people, I don't know, your younger brother comes up to you, looks you in the eye, tells you some certain things. You get heated, you get disrespected, and you want to act based on the heat, the spur of the moment. Things like this would come up. And another thing is, he has tried. Psquare is currently worth 50 billion naira. That's the net worth of the group, 50 billion naira. You can't, personally, that's what I'm saying. I think it's time they go their separate ways.
So in this case, because money is involved, fame is involved, they are not able to manage it properly.
You can see that.
Well, they've been together for so many years, really, and of course, many fans would expect them to come together. When they came back after the second breakup, as you tagged it, they made more hits, and so some Nigerians are saying that it could be a publicity stunt.
Yes, I remember the first time. I fell for it. I felt it was a publicity stunt. I wrote a piece. I did some of my investigation because of the way it's going. Because even at now, they're not talking. They're not going to grant interviews. Their lawyers said, don't grant interviews. Nobody can say this is the issue, the main issue. There's just the remote issues and surrounding. You can't say this is the main issue about this matter. So I think this particular one is not a publicity stunt. The first one seemed like a publicity stunt, but this particular one, it's more than a publicity stunt. I mean, we saw a video recorded May 2016 coming up on air now. That means something. It means they are actually at war. And somebody wants to use it to prove a point. In case I die, because these guys are threatening me, say they won't kill me. We
heard what the brother
So I
said.
think
We
it's just
saw the
bringing it
video.
out now to show. So it's more than, it's gone beyond publicity.
All right, Ejiali Kingsley, entertainment journalist, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
on
Thank
the
you for
program
coming.
this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right. Okay, we talked about Peter and Paul Okoye. They have gone their separate ways, but the fans are saying they should come back because the Psquare brand remains a strong and a formidable and a lovable brand across Africa. But this is where we come to the end of today's edition of the program. Have a great weekend ahead. I am Mike Okwacha.
Thank you for watching and staying with us this week. I am Azizat Olalua. Join us again. Let's do it again next week. Bye for now.
1 year I'll be back, I promise you.
1 year is too long.
See, it's abroad though. Let me just go. I promise you I'll be back. 1 year.
Promise.
I promise you. You know I love you.
I love you too. But 1 year.
You again!
Today, not today. And when I finish, you go no say na me. As you did the delay. To prove my loving, you must chop my money. Cause my bank alerts na bagam. My checking on the bounce. My mansion on the bottom. Baby, take a look around. My bank alerts na bagam. My checking on the bounce. My mansion on the bottom. Make you take a look around.